Hey, how you doing today? I am Taquila Coleman, best-selling author, God ordained marriage coach, and founder of GodOrdainedMarriage.com. Listen, tonight we're going to be talking about how did you handle divine separation and not think your person isn't interested. So this was a question that came up inside of our Facebook community, and I wanted to talk about it. Okay, I'm pretty sure tonight as we begin to talk about divine separation and how do you deal with these thoughts that is attacking your mind with your spouse isn't interested, I'm pretty sure you're going to find a lot of value from tonight's live. But welcome everyone. I see we have Karen already tuning in, Donna, Gigi, Ava, Destiny, Victoria, Doc and Queen Ministry, aka Wayne. Thank you all for joining, Miss Jean, Vincent, T. Linda. Thank you all for joining. Listen, if this is your first time catching me live, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, everyone, make sure we are liking the live video and also sharing the videos out with other God ordained spouses. Okay. So, again, tonight we are talking about how do you handle divine separation and not think your person isn't interested. Now, before we get started, let me remind everyone um, Wednesday, May 31st, we are kicking off our dream interpretation masterclass, okay, part two. Okay, now why is not coming on here? We are kicking off our, there it is, dream interpretation part two masterclass, okay? So if you want to go deeper in dream interpretation, you want to learn about evil altars, covenant, how to identify, spirits that are, that the enemy is sending to you. We're going to go over the marine kingdom, etc., etc. If this is something you want to go deep in, head over to godordainedmarriages.com/dream class and sign up. Okay, the class is starting Wednesday, May 31st. All right, so let's get everything back on track. All right. Hey, April. Hey, True, Handpicked. Thank you all for joining. So, again, tonight we're talking about how did you handle divine separation and not think your person isn't interested, okay? Great. Vince, Linda said I'll register on that day. Perfect timing. That's when my income. Cool. I'm looking forward to it, okay? So, hey, Angela, thanks for joining. So, let's talk about it. Let's start off with the purpose of divine separation. Now, we already know divine separation is for your protection, right? It's for the believing spouse protection. And but divine separation is also that's your time to prepare, okay? And I know many of you may not even know how to prepare, right, for your God ordained love story. And so we're going to talk about, some of the things, or some of the ways how you can begin to prepare later on tonight. But I need you all to understand divine separation. It is for your protection, but that is also your time. That's the time you want to use to prepare, okay, as husband or wife. Okay. And you can prepare, different ways how you can prepare. You prepare your mind. You want to prepare your spirit that's growing stronger in the Lord. You can prepare financially. You can prepare physically. Preparation can be found in your house. You get your house in order. It's levels to preparation. Okay. So you want to make sure that you are using this time now during divine separation to prepare. Okay. Now, listen, I posed a question inside of our Facebook community. I think it was yesterday, or maybe it was the day before yesterday. But I asked the question, why do you think your spouse isn't interested? So I'm going to ask you all. Okay. I asked our members over on Facebook. So everyone who's tuning in, if you are thinking your spouse isn't interested during this divine separation, go ahead and drop in the comment section why. Why do you feel like, or why are you thinking your spouse isn't interested? So while you are putting your reason why in the chat, I'm going to just share some of the reason that came up inside of our Facebook community. So some of the things that came up was he seems like he has option. Okay. So there were a few God ordained spouses who are feeling like their spouse isn't interested because their spouse seems like they have a lot of options. Okay. Another response that came up is he preferred this type of woman. Okay. So maybe your spouse, maybe your spouse prefer a certain type. Okay. And if that's the case, I can see how that can make you feel like, your spouse isn't interested. Another thing that came up is you're not his preference, right? So that go back to your spouse having a specific type and you not fitting that type, not meeting your spouse's preference. Okay. He had many chances to approach and pursue, but he didn't. So maybe for you, your spouse had many opportunities to pursue you, to court you, to date you, to reach out and contact you. However, silence. Your spouse didn't take that chance. And when you go in the kitchen, you probably see your spouse taking a chance with a counterfeit, right? So that's enough to cause someone to feel like, your spouse isn't interested. Okay. Another one is he didn't give me a chance. Okay. So then we're gonna talk about this. Your spouse not giving you a chance, right, will cause you to think my spouse isn't interested, right? And another thing that came up was cultural differences. Okay. So let me see what y'all posting over here. Okay, we got he is not reaching out. Okay. Ava said they are running off every month to a different country to visit their counterfeit and enjoying their freedom. Okay. I don't hear from him. Okay. Hey, Amy. Um, because they are seeing someone else and not talking to me, and they do have options, and he has a certain type, all of this. Okay, cool. He's with a counterfeit. Since separation, he only ever reached out for money, which was months ago. Okay. April said mainly because he is going through a divorce and he probably doesn't want to think about a relationship right now. I would text him and he would ignore me. Okay. All right. I come up with spots for 2 years now, amongst other physical issues. Okay. All right. Listen, we're gonna do this, okay? Leah say seriously, I think I can't do this anymore. You can. We're gonna get you ready. He's not ready, me either. He has ways about him that need to mature. Yep, that came up as well in our Facebook community. That was enough to make me give up until God told me to stay. I thought embarrassed to be seen with me. Okay. Doesn't court me, but does nice things to other girls, ghosts me, likes IG model girls, wants all the benefits of me, but doesn't want commitment, doesn't express, like saying you're beautiful. Okay. You already explained it to me 5 months ago, but right now she's into her kind of it. Okay. Um, okay. Friend zone. Okay. All right. He thinks his ex is his wife because he dreamed about her, although she is Muslim and she looked him up. I don't know if culture differences play into it. Okay. So all of these, okay, like let me just say, y'all all have valid reasons, to feel like and even think, you know, um, wonder why your spouse or wonder if your spouse is interested or not. Okay. So understand some of the reasons you all have placed, posted in the chat. I had some of those reasons in the beginning as well. So know that you're not alone. Okay. But we're going to bring some insight and revelation to this. Okay. So here's the thing. Number one, I need you all to understand that God has the final say so. Okay. So not your prodigal, not the way how your prodigal is showing up. God has the final say so. Okay. Your prodigal lack of effort doesn't determine the outcome. I need you all to understand that. Your prodigal and their lack of effort, it doesn't determine the outcome. Your prodigal having a type doesn't determine the outcome. Okay? Your prodigal not giving you a chance in the beginning doesn't determine the outcome. Are you all with me? God has the final say so. Now I know that's easy to say, but you're like, Taquila, how do I make my mind believe this? Okay. So we're gonna really talk about this, but let me say this scripture. Second Corinthians, Second Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18, it say, we look not to the things that are seen, but to the things that are unseen. Why is that? It say, for the things that are seen are transient, lasting only for a short time, but the things that are unseen are eternal. Okay. So your prodigal, and there are many options, I need you to understand that has an expiration date. That's not going to always, your prodigal is not going to always have all of these options. Okay. So it's going to come a time where God is going to begin to remove these options out of your prodigal's life. And God is going to highlight you as the obvious choice. Okay. So again, your prodigal and their many options is that's not the final say so of this love story. Okay. Your prodigal preferring a certain type over God ordained spouse, okay, that's only going to last a short time. And I need you all to understand this, okay? When we talk about you dealing with a prodigal who have a preference, right? When you dealing with a prodigal who go after this certain type and they overlooking you for this certain type, you got to really understand this, because the reason why that is because this is you're dealing with a prodigal who is who is motivated, by the things on the outside, like how things look, right? But also, this is very superficial. This is a prodigal who is being led, with their flesh. This is worldly, okay? And when you're dealing with a prodigal who is just really focused on a type, it's something up under that. It's something deeper that your prodigal isn't really explaining to you why they have this certain type. See, prodigals can have a certain type because that was the type that they keep seeing. You know how media, the television commercial, they highlight certain type. They had these subliminal messages. This is what's beautiful. This is the body size that's in. And they got all of these messages basically trying to tell us, if you don't look like this, then you're not the ideal, type or whatever. So understand, when you're dealing with a prodigal who has a type and your prodigal is overlooking you for this particular type, it's very superficial. This prodigal is worldly. They leading with their flesh, and she said Nicki Minaj. And you have to understand this as well, because as God began to draw your prodigal closer to the Lord, as your prodigal began to draw closer to the Lord, began to, like read the Bible, start going to church, just start developing their relationship with the Lord, understand that's when that conversion is going to happen. That's when Saul is now being converted into Paul. Okay. That's when prodigal is now being converted into God ordained husband or wife. Understand this. So, and when that conversion take place, this prodigal who once had a type, now it's like, I want purpose. I want God ordained, because now your prodigal has eyes to see you the way how God sees you. Now you're prodigal, because I'm just being honest here. Usually when people are very superficial and they just be led by their eyes and they have this little type or whatever, they don't have any depth on the inside. They lacking, like character, or they don't really have anything to talk about, so that's why it just really focus on the outside, because they don't have anything on the inside. Okay. But understand, as God began to draw your prodigal back home to the Lord, and they begin to develop that relationship with God, now they're getting depth. Now they growing in character. You see what I'm saying? Now they desire what God desired for them. Okay. So understand that. And let's see. Okay, where I'm at. And when we talk about your prodigal, So for those of you who was dealing with a prodigal who had many chances, many opportunities to approach you, to pursue you, to pick up the phone and call you, ask you out, but they didn't take that chance. I know that can feel hurtful to you, and it can cause you to ask yourself, like, well, why, what's wrong with my prodigal? He chasing everyone else, but he giving everyone else a chance, but not me. That can create a rejection wound in the God ordained spouse, and it can cause you to wonder, like, is he not attracted to me? Like, what is going on here? Let me tell you something. Because if this is you in this situation, it's not about rejection. Because when you understand your prodigal, wait a minute, I got all these notifications popping up. Understand, okay, the reason why you wasn't given a chance, okay? You wasn't given a chance because your prodigal never gave themselves a chance at love. See, prodigals reject their own self. Prodigals reject, okay, what they really want. They reject, okay, God ordained. They reject everything that's good for them, okay, because they don't feel good enough for it. They don't feel deserving of it. And so way before your prodigal rejected you by not giving you a chance, your prodigal rejected themselves because they were the ones telling themselves, okay, I don't deserve that. I know that's a good woman, but I don't deserve that. That's too good to be true. When God began to speak to your prodigal and tell your prodigal, I got this God ordained marriage for you, your prodigal in their quiet time is telling themselves, see, things like this don't happen to people like me. And on the outside, to you, it's looking like my prodigal never gave me a chance, but they're giving all these counterfeit chances. That's because, and I need y'all to understand this, okay? The reason why you keep seeing prodigals giving counterfeits chance after chance after chance, but ignoring you, rejecting you, is because they know they can get that counterfeit. They on the same level as that counterfeit. So they resonate with this counterfeit. When they look at that counterfeit, they see themselves in that counterfeit. So they know each time I reach for this, I can get it. But when they look at you, the God ordained, they're like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm good enough for it. Do you understand the difference? Okay. And I got to break this down this way so that you don't take this personal. You don't allow the enemy to now, leave this or deposit this rejection wound in you. Understand, whenever a prodigal choose a preference over purpose, they rejecting themselves. Whenever a prodigal see a good thing, see a good woman being presented right before their eyes, but then they turn their head and choose something bad for them, they are rejecting themselves. I said this before when I was talking about fathers who reject their own children. Fathers who, when they make a baby, they ask the mother to get an abortion, right? It's not about this man not wanting, any more children. It's not about he don't have any more money. No, to reject your own child is to reject yourself because your child came from you. And this is the same thing we're dealing with in prodigals. To reject the very thing, if you can say it out your mouth, you're a good woman. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all prodigals told y'all that. You're a good woman. Okay, so you recognize I'm a good woman. However, you still chose to overlook it because you haven't grown into becoming a good man. Is that the case? Or you rejecting, okay, this good woman, this good thing, what God presented towards you because you don't feel like you're good enough for it. You telling yourself, see, prodigals place limitations on themselves. They are the ones who place these limitations on themselves. They are the ones who tell themselves, I can't do it. I'm not deserving of this. It don't have anything to do with God ordained. But on the surface, like when you just on the outside experiencing it, it can feel like rejection when really prodigal, the reason why they not giving, your prodigal didn't give you a chance, the reason why your prodigal not calling, courting you, asking you out is because of what's going on in that prodigal. Understand? And so they go back to the counterfeit because they know I know they already know. I know what I can expect here. I know what they're gonna tolerate. I know, I can play around with this counterfeit. So they go back to what's easy. Okay. They go back to what doesn't fill them up, right? They go back to playing these games, and going around in a circle versus stepping into their new chapter. Okay. So just understand what you're really dealing with here. Okay. So it's not about you not being good enough. You are good enough. Your prodigal know you good enough. The counterfeits know you good enough. Okay. Like, come on, let's really talk about it. Okay. So the truth is, your prodigal is very much interested in you. I need you all to understand this. I know your mind is telling you all these reasons why your prodigal isn't interested. But I need you to understand that your prodigal spouse is very much interested in you. And you want to know how I know this? The way how I know your prodigal is interested in you, because if you are being attacked by a counterfeit, the counterfeit even know your prodigal is interested in you. That's why they attacking you. That's why they put love spells on your prodigal spouse. That's why, they, lying on you, slandering your name, right? Trying to paint this narrative of you to your prodigal. They even know it. It's just you that God is waiting on to catch up into knowing your prodigal spouse is very much interested in you. Y'all got to say y'all questions in the end, okay? Because y'all know I start answering questions and get all off my message, okay? But understand, the enemy know your prodigal is interested in you. That's why we coming up under attack every single day. This is why they, throwing all these attacks our way. They trying to stop it. This is why. Okay? It's all kind of lies, Apostle. It just, if you didn't, if that ain't what you went through, then that's not, it doesn't apply to you. Okay? But I'd have been through it all. Okay? Oh, I hear lies said about me. They trying to paint a whole narrative. They putting love spells, separation spell. They doing destiny transfer, they do spouse transfer. They doing all these tricks because they can see the interest there. And that's what I'm saying. Even the enemy know your spouse is interested in you. And this is why you coming up under attack. Because the enemy is trying to stop what God is joining together. Okay? So when we talk about how do you handle divine separation and not think your person isn't interested, okay, it's all about doing the work during divine separation, okay? Because not thinking your prodigal is interested in you, it is a limited belief, okay, that we got to really get down to the bottom of and deal with, okay? So just understand that. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Amy. She said I have a hedge of protection. Thank you so much. That's right, no replacement. So let's talk about what do you do during divine separation. So just like how I said, divine separation, it is for your protection, but also divine separation is your time to prepare. Okay. This is your time to prepare. So number one, like how I said at the beginning, you want to prepare your heart, you're going to prepare your mind, you're going to prepare your spirit, you're going to prepare like in all areas of your life. Okay. So I really need you to just sit down, take a look at your life, take a look at yourself and say, okay, what can I, begin to improve in? What do I need to begin, to start doing to help better my life or better myself as a woman or a man? This is your time to prepare. Okay. This is not wasted time. This is preparation time. Remember, Esther, she prepared. She prepared for 12 months. And I know some of you like, look, Taquila, I've been standing for 4 years or 5 years, however long it's been. But this is your time to prepare, okay? April said, I'm preparing my heart, my finances, learning how to cook. That's right. That's right. Yes, the Lord has been telling me to forgive him. It's very hard. It's not hard. That's what I mean about you. See, we got to watch the words we say. It's not hard to forgive him. All you got to do, we're going to do this in the fast on day 3. Day 3 for the fast, you say, God, I'm I'm gonna break this down, but you say, God, help me to forgive my spouse. Take the hurt and pain out of my heart, okay, during this fasting, and help me to forgive, whatever my spouse has done to me, and he will do it. Forgiveness is a decision. We forgive by faith, okay? After you make that decision to forgive, then it's just every day. Now you're just doing the work to help you to get over that hurt, that the hurt feeling. Now you're doing the work to get a better perspective around what happened, so you can, when you think about it, the next time, you have better thoughts, or it doesn't sting as much. Okay. But like I said, number 1 is prepare. Okay. We have to move into preparation. Okay. And that's what our God Ordained Marriage Academy is all about, just helping you to prepare the right way. Okay. The second thing you want to do during divine separation is learn how to control your thoughts. Okay. Because when the enemy start attacking your mind with your spouse isn't interested in you, or when the enemy attacks your mind with your spouse is more attracted than the counterfeit than you have to control your thoughts. You got to become aware of what the enemy is bringing to your mind. When you become aware, okay, this is the thought that the enemy is attacking me with, it's your job. It is your responsibility to take that thought captive, okay, and say, no, I'm not going to continue to think this thought, okay, because as you begin to think this thought, my spouse isn't interested in me, and then your brain will find all the reasons why your spouse isn't interested in you. I'm not his type. Or, it just start coming up with all this stuff. I don't make enough money, or I don't look like this. No, you coming into agreement with the kingdom of darkness. Say cancel. Soon as that thought come to you, no, I reject that thought. I am my God ordained prodigal spouse's type. Why wouldn't he choose me? This is how I want y'all to think. Why wouldn't he choose you? You got to know this, okay? Why wouldn't your prodigal choose you? God chose you, so why wouldn't your prodigal be interested in you? Okay? So we're going to control our thoughts. We're going to deal with these limited beliefs, okay, that comes up, that tells you, whatever limitations is giving you, whatever your limited beliefs are during this divine separation, this is your time to deal with it, okay? This is your time to discover the root. When the limited belief comes to your mind and tell you, I'm not good enough, you have to now ask yourself, where did this belief come from? Who told me I'm not good enough? You got to challenge that belief, because when you write out the word believe, when you write out the word believe, can y'all see that? What's in the middle? Lie. So you don't want to sit there and allow the enemy to attack your mind with these limited beliefs. And you sit there and you think about it and you come into agreement with it and you're like, yeah, you're right. No, that's a whole lie. That's a whole lie. Okay. That someone in your past planted it in your mind. Okay. I remember someone from my past told me while we were breaking up, it was after we was breaking up, that person told me, what did he say? He said something like, a man would be a fool to marry a single mom with 3 kids. I say, no, you would be a fool, okay? Because you don't have enough money to take care of us. I just really went there with him. Like, no, devil, you is a lie, okay? You're not about to sit up here and be trying to plant these negative seeds into me. Like, no, you a fool, okay? If you even try to step up to this plate when you know you can't carry it, okay? Like, so some of these beliefs that's coming to your mind, you have to begin to check it, like stop it and say, wait a minute, where this come from? Who told me this? Just like how he was trying to plant that seed in my mind, trying to make me think I'm unworthy just because I have 3 children. No, you disqualified yourself, buddy. I'm very worthy, okay? So you got to check these thoughts, begin to identify, where did this come from? Who said this to me? Okay? And then begin to work through that. Put a new belief there. Okay? And another thing, When we talk about controlling your thoughts, stay one with God in thought, meaning you have to keep what God said at the forefront. So God said, you are the God ordained spouse. God said it's ending in a God ordained marriage. Stay one. It's all about covenant. Stay one with God. So when your mind tells you the opposite of what God said, you reject it. You say, I can't do that. God said, I'm the God ordained spouse. This is ended in marriage. God said, because sometimes God will even tell you in your dream how your spouse really feel about you. God said, okay, my spouse and I, we're going to have a loving, happy family. You got to stay one with God. Okay. Say what God say about you in this love story. Okay. Number 3, the third thing is you have to understand covenant. This is a game changer when you really understand covenant. Okay. You don't have anything to fear when you understand covenant. When you have this understanding about covenant, God's covenant he made with you to give you this God ordained marriage, when you understand it, all of that, my spouse not interested in me, that goes away. All of that, my spouse got a tight, it goes away when you understand covenant. Okay. Covenant means God has made an agreement with you and your spouse to bring the two of you together in marriage. Let's talk about Abraham and Sarah. God made a covenant with Abraham and Sarah to give them the promised child, Isaac. Okay. This is something he agreed to do. He said, I promise you, okay, you're going to have this child. Even after Sarah began to laugh and doubt, because she's looking at her age. She's like, some of y'all looking at y'all age. And God is like, is anything too hard for me? God is like, you could be 80. Okay, this thing gonna come around, but y'all ain't gonna have to wait that long. But understand, covenant means God promised you this. For my standards, he promised you to restore this marriage. Why? Why did he promise you this? Because this is his covenant. This is what God wants. All of God's promises are yes and amen. He said, I want this for you. Marriage is God's idea. Some of y'all, because I had said this the other day, when God revealed my spouse to me, I didn't have marriage on the brain. I was good. I told God before he even revealed my spouse, I was like, I'm good. I said, I'm not dating anymore. I was like, these men are broken. It's just going to be you, me, God, the kids, and my purpose. That's it. It was God who wanted me and my spouse to come together in marriage. I didn't have that. That wasn't my idea. So, okay. Don't worry about your age, Jeanette. Don't worry about your age, okay? No, that's the devil trying to get you to work. What that Bible say? Do not be anxious about anything. Do not worry about anything. Okay. Because God is going to catch you up and he's going to, bless you so good. It's going to blow your mind. But when God make his promise with you to give you a God ordained marriage, he has to fulfill his word. See, God isn't like us. We make our promises to, I'm going to just tell myself, sometimes I'll be telling the kids, like, I'm going to take you to the park. But then I mess around and lay down in the bed and get sleepy and, like I change my mind, God, he's not like us, okay? When God give you his word, when he make his covenant with you and your spouse, and he tell you, I'm going to, bring the two of you, back together in marriage. I'm going to restore for my standards. I'm going to restore your marriage because when you was at that altar, y'all made a covenant with God. So God is like, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to tell you something about how powerful covenants are, because because you made that covenant with God, or God made his covenant with you. Now God has to fight against whoever who tries to come up against God's covenant, whoever is trying to break God's covenant, whoever is trying to interfere with God's covenant. They are interfering with God. They're fighting with God. And so now God has to protect his covenant. Okay. Understand covenant. When you understand covenant, you have nothing to worry about. You have no fear. Insecurities go out the door. Okay. You begin to prepare different when you understand covenant, because you like, oh, this thing coming around. Counterfeits don't move you, because you look at that counterfeit like, oh, you don't understand. God made his covenant with me. You think I don't care if it's 50 counterfeits. I don't care. I'm the one God made the covenant with. So every last one of you counterfeit will be removed because you're coming in between what God wants. And he's going to remove you. Okay. So y'all got to understand this. But understanding covenant is number 3. When you understand covenant, when you understand it, it brings a level of confidence. Okay. I think some counterfeits probably understand covenant. That's probably why they try to break the covenant apart. But that's number 3. Number 4, know your value. Y'all know I talk about that all the time. You have to know your value. The reason why I'm saying know your value is because what I'm saying when I say know your value, what I'm saying is you have to know why God chose you for your spouse. Y'all hear me say you have what your spouse need and your spouse has what you need. But we got to begin to go deep into this, okay? Don't just repeat what you hear me say. I need you to really understand, why did God choose you? So write this down. Ask yourself, why did God choose me for my spouse? For the women, my wives, I already know one reason why. Because you are your husband's peace, okay? That's where his peace is at, with the wife, okay? But you have to know for yourself, why did God choose me? I know my husband has what I need and I have what I need, but what does that mean? You have to go deep to really understand your value. Because when you really understand your value, when you understand why God chose you for your spouse, like when you really know this, I'm telling you, when these counterfeits step on the scene, you be like, you don't get moved by it because you understand they don't have what your spouse needs. They can't do what you can do for your spouse. It's like you can see right through it, and you already say to yourself, that's not gonna last long. So you gotta really understand that. Okay, she said, I bring encouragement and understanding to him. Okay, go deeper some more. His peace and help me. Right. So what exactly are you going to help your spouse with? Don't answer that. How will you help your spouse? How will you help your king fulfill the calling that's on his life? Just for all of my wives, I need y'all to know this. How will you help your king fulfill the calling that's on his life? One of the ways how we help them fulfill the calling that's on their life right now during divine separation, hold him accountable. When you hold your prodigal spouse accountable during divine separation, you helping him to become a better man for his purpose and calling. He has no other choice but to rise to the occasion. Going down or selling it for less isn't an option. Hold him accountable to becoming his best self. Okay? But I need you all to be able to answer that. How do I help my husband, my king, fulfill the calling that's on his life? Because that's why God created us. God created women to help, to come alongside the husband and help them to fulfill the calling that's on their life. So how do you do that? Yeah. Okay, beloved said, he said that I feed his spirit. Okay, that's good. That's good. Amy said accountable. That's good. Handpicked said, wait a minute, it had disappeared. He chose me because I understand him. Okay. I still need y'all to go deeper than that. Okay. Yes, you understand him, but what else? What else? While you all are thinking about this, okay, I also want you all to ask yourself, because when we talk about knowing your value, I need you to know for a fact, like this is what this is what I bring to the table. Like this is what I'm carrying. This is what's in me. When you know these things, again, you're not moved by these counterfeits because they don't even know what they bring to the table. They bring in their body, they bring in sex, they bring in lust, they bring in their money. But when okay, I bring purpose. I'm the key to his purpose. He can't even go through that door without me. When you notice on this level, it don't move you. It doesn't move you when you see your prodigal with a counterfeit. When you understand, okay, you can see your prodigal with a counterfeit that's trying to help them with their purpose. You can laugh at that because you like, they're not gonna get that far. Okay, they're gonna go right in the circle. Because purpose is with me, the God ordained. I know exactly how I make that purpose leap. I know exactly the ideas he need, okay, to get to that next level. Counterfeits don't know this, okay? A counterfeit would know this for their person, but not for my person. You all have to know this, okay? But going back to what do you bring to the table, you have to know what are you carrying? So what are your gifts? What are your natural talents? What are your skill set? If you got any degrees, list those down as well. What are your strengths? You need to know your weaknesses as well, so that during divine separation, you can work on these weaknesses and turn them into strength. Okay. Excuse me. What is your expertise? What is you a genius at? What I'm getting at. When you position yourself as a woman of value, a woman, a resourceful woman, the woman everyone needs. It's like people just say, "I need you in my life." Okay, that's that valuable woman who know her worth. Okay, and this is my goal for all my wives on tonight. Okay, but I need you all to know exactly how you can help your king fulfill the calling that's on their life. Okay. She said, Jeanette said, wait a minute. My weaknesses are dealing with men who are bold. They frustrate me. I kind of, yeah, yeah. I don't respect weakness. I really don't. And it's something I got to work on, but I don't. And weakness is defined, by me. When I see weakness show up in a man, I be like, nah, I don't like that. I don't like that. Okay. So a Black Pearl said, I am to bring peace, and I know we are to share our testimony to spread the word of God. Yes. Um, okay, Destiny said, peace, I make him feel like he can accomplish anything. That's what I'm talking about. And let's stop right there, because some of the counterfeits do the opposite. Some of the counterfeits, like Destiny was saying, for her God ordained spouse, she make him feel like he can accomplish anything. Some counterfeits are so toxic to where they make the prodigal feel like, you know, um, they're not good enough. They can't do anything without the counterfeit. They kind of have them dependent on them. So I could go really deep in this. He accomplished so much when I'm by his side. I make him feel comfortable, like he can be himself. I believe in him. My presence inspired. Yes, see, Destiny is on it. She's on it. Come on now. Okay. Can you turn this? Hey, can you turn this heater off? Okay. Okay. Karen said we both like doing business, and he wants to open a business, and for both of us to be in, we just on the same page with business, and he brings out the best in me and I in him. Okay, cool. That's right. We are to be their biggest cheerleader. That's right. Yes. So keep on going deep into that. Okay. But number 4, like I said, is know your value. You have to know what separates you from the counterfeit. You have to know what do you bring to your God ordained prodigal spouse's life. When you are in your prodigal spouse's life, how do you make it like your just you being in their life? How do you make it change for the better? You have to know these things. Okay. Number 5, the fifth way, the fifth thing you could be doing divine separation is overcoming your fears. This is your time to overcome any insecurities you may have. This is your time to overcome any intimidation you may be dealing with. This is your time, okay, to like really grow to that next level. Okay, I remember the first year when God revealed my spouse to me, I immediately started feeling intimidated by him, you know, and that intimidation was coming because number one, I had him on a pedestal. Okay. So I was looking at him as if he was better than me, you know, and then two, I was intimidated by, cause he speak very well, you know, and I was like, I don't know, you know, 'cause y'all know my mouth. So I was like, I don't know, God. I don't know how this is going to work. And plus, his love language is words of affirmation. So I was like, I don't know. So I was dealing with some intimidation, and really, that my own insecurities was manifesting because at that time, that was 2021, I wasn't confident in my voice yet. Okay. I was still listening to people tell me, oh, Taquila, you shouldn't say this. Oh, Taquila, did that. So, second year, the next following year, 2022, that's when God like really drew me, you know, into my voice. And I just found my voice and I got comfortable with it, you know, and that alone helped me to overcome that intimidation. Okay. Uh, yes, Amy. The Lord know, you know, and I was like, God, you know what we dealing with over here, okay? um, but yeah, but you know, like, so that was, you know, I dealt with some intimidation, you know, that first year. And I really, like I said, I had to take him down off that pedestal. And I had to tell myself, like, I had to put things in perspective, you know. I was like, listen, okay, we're not gonna compare yourself to him, okay? You know, this not no competition, right? I was like, you're gonna find your voice, Taquila. You're gonna grow stronger in it, confident in it. And if they don't like what come out of your mouth, then they can go ahead and close their ears up. You know, like that's how I be talking to myself at times. So, you know, just be like adjusting my attitude and my mindset and just getting a different perspective and just growing, it helped to overcome that intimidation. So use this time now to ask yourself, well, am I dealing with any fears, you know, concerning this God ordained marriage promise? Or are you dealing with any fears concerning your prodigal spouse coming back? If so, use this time now to overcome these fears. Okay. Ask yourself, why is the fear here? What am I really afraid of? You know, begin to face your fears. Okay. And then number two, if you are dealing with any insecurities, okay, what are the insecurities? Why is the insecurities here? Right? We don't see what we have a tendency of doing. We know we fearful or might be feeling intimidated or might be dealing with this insecurity, and we keep overlooking it, hoping one day it's going to go away. It's not going to go away. It's not going to go away until you overcome it or until you know, rebuke it like the fear, or you heal the insecurity. So divine separation is your time to overcome the fear. This is your time to turn these insecurities into confidence. This is your time to take your prodigal spouse off that pedestal and say, you know what, I'm gonna grow stronger in the area that I'm feeling intimidated, you know, by my spouse in. That's how you do that. Okay. I feel I deal with fears, but with him, his heart seems so hard. This isn't who I saw. Right. So let me just read the whole thing. We're gonna talk about this right quick. She said, I feel I deal with fears, but with him, his heart seems so hard. This isn't who I saw when we first met. He was very sweet guy. So I just talked about this. I think it was yesterday. So what you're really dealing with right now is your mind is rejecting um who your spouse really is, because your mind is still trying to hold on to, you know, who you thought your spouse was in the beginning, this sweet guy. So when you move into accepting who your spouse is showing you, who they are right now, and you just accepting that, not meaning it's going to stay this way. No, but just accept, okay, this individual has a hard heart. Okay. And whatever else going on with him, when you just accept that and you say, okay, this is what it is, this is what I'm dealing with. It's not going to stay this way forever. It's going to change, but this is what I'm dealing with. So I'm about to just go ahead and just keep on moving forward. Okay. He the one who has the hard heart. That don't have anything to do with you. So just go ahead and release that. Like, that's him with the hard heart. That's him. So just release it. My God ordained spouse said that I bring so much to the table, yet he runs because he don't feel good enough for that table. He don't feel good enough to sit at that table. So that's why he's running. Okay. So don't allow his running to cause you to feel some type of way. He the one running. See, when a man don't understand a woman, he run or he'll mishandle it. When a man doesn't feel good enough for something, he gonna run or he gonna overlook it or reject it. Okay. This is what we're dealing with. And the same thing can go with women as well. Okay. When a woman don't feel good enough for a man, she gonna push that man away. She gonna find a way to sabotage that relationship. Okay. She might even block the man and just cut the whole relationship off because of how she's feeling. Okay. So don't allow, how your prodigal spouse is responding to you to cause you to feel some type of way. He's just not ready to sit at that table. Okay. So like I said, number 5 is overcome the fears, insecurities, and intimidation. Number 6, the sixth thing you want to do during divine separation, and you want to do this soon as God revealed this to you, but you want to immediately move into purpose. Okay. When you are moving to purpose, when God reveals your God ordained assignment, you will see the vision. You will now see what I see. Okay. You all will now see, like, this is what y'all gonna say when you get the vision and move into your God ordained assignment. You're gonna say, that's what Taquila meant. Because when you get in your assignment, your God ordained assignment, you see the bigger picture. You see where your spouse fit. So all of the doubt goes away because you're like, this is my spouse seat. I see the vision. No one on YouTube can now come and talk about a divine replacement because you see the vision and you understand there is no divine replacement. Well, let me say that there is no divine replacement spouse. Okay. So because you see the vision there, and I'm gonna give you this example. I was cool with this one guy. I'm still cool, but I just don't talk to him. But it was this one guy, and the enemy knew that he could throw this guy my way. Okay. This man was a counterfeit to my spouse. Like, he didn't look like him, but everything about my spouse, that man represented. Right. So when he came, I started laughing. I said, oh, you enemy. I said, you gonna throw this one my way? I said, okay, you think you about to trip me up? Now let me tell you something. I knew he was a counterfeit, but I want to bring this out, okay? Because I know I know what my spouse is carrying. I know his calling, right? He's called to man, okay, like to rebuild the next generation of man, okay? But this counterfeit who resembles my spouse, okay? I mean, everything, talk just like him, smooth, good. I mean, just everything. However, he ain't had no desire to mentor men. He was heading towards, parenting, and like children, like speaking to that. Hey, he was going in that direction. So you see the disconnect. I was like, I didn't say this, but I was thinking to myself, I was like, we're not even going in the same direction. I'm like, the enemy tried it by sending you my way, but you're not God ordained. You're not God ordained. I know who's supposed to sit right here. The person who's supposed to sit right here is called to rebuild the next generation of man. So if a counterfeit is in front of me talking about their passion or purpose is to, children, that's a disconnect. And not saying my spouse can't be called to children, but no. I know his calling. You see what I'm saying? So when you get in your purpose, your God ordained assignment, when you get in your purpose, your calling, assignment, you see the vision and you understand why God chose your spouse. You get a lot of clarity on no counterfeit can sit right here. That counterfeit guy, he doesn't have my spouse's background, his experiences, his testimony. You may resemble him, but you didn't go through the things he went through, because God shaped him, molded and shaped him, to speak to this, specific group of men. You see what I'm saying? So when y'all get to this level, you will begin to understand what I'm talking about here. But purpose, like I was saying, get in it. Soon as God reveal it to you, work your purpose, understand your purpose, because the purpose reveals the vision. Okay. And depending on how God moves in your love story, God may use you to, while you're in your purpose, to highlight the vision to your spouse. Okay. Now, because a lot of you were saying, I'm not my spouse's preference. I'm not his preference. I need you to understand, okay? Purpose, okay, wins all day long over preference, okay? When purpose step on the scene, preference go out the door, okay? Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at purpose versus preference, okay? With preference, it's just the appearance, it's the type, right? So it's this body type or whatever. It could be your spouse can prefer this woman to make X amount of dollar, right? Or the preference can be, it could be a title, it's very superficial. Okay. With preference, it's stagnation, because it just focus on this preferred thing. You see what I'm saying? It's not really going anywhere. I just prefer this. I prefer this look. I prefer this body type. Okay. I prefer this amount of money. It just, not really going anywhere. But when we talk about purpose, see, purpose is the depth. It's the, purpose reveal the reason why God created you. You see what I'm saying? Purpose fulfills you. Okay. When you settling for preference, you just existing. You're just going through the emotion. But when you link up with purpose, you are fulfilled. You have joy. You have peace. It's the fruit of the spirit. Okay. You get the opposite with preference. With purpose is growth and development, because you always growing. You always becoming. Okay. Your purpose is always growing. Okay. That's right. The body won't look the same in a decade. It sure won't. Okay. And then with purpose, you give respect. You get honor. Preference, because that's superficial. You're not looking at the heart. With preference, you might get dishonor. You might get disloyalty. You might get disrespect. But with purpose, because that's what's been tried, that's what's been, like through the fire. Okay. You're going to get respect. You're going to get honor. Okay. Purpose has all the inner qualities, the very thing your heart always desired. With purpose comes love and acceptance. With preference, you're going to get rejection. You said she said I was his preferred body type, but I think it's more deeper than that. Mm-hmm. If you God ordained, you are your purpose. Yeah. So say your question to the end. So understand the difference between purpose and preference, okay? Because purpose is going to kick that preference out of the door every time, okay? It just goes deeper, okay? Purpose hit at, this is why I was created. This is what I'm called to do. And this is also who I'm called to do it with. You stay in preference, you care about what people think. That's why they prefer in the preference. Well, I want to present this image to the world. Okay, so what else? After you present this image, what else? That's the thing. That's the thing with preference. There is nothing else after you present this image to the world. It's nothing. But with purpose, you get the image, you get the inside, you get all of it. You get all the benefits, okay? The seventh thing you want to do during divine separation is grow in identity. Okay. Y'all know I'm big on identity. Grow in identity. This is your time to grow, okay, in your identity in Christ. This is your time to get to know who you are at your core. This is your time to learn all about you. What do you like? What you don't like? Okay. Um, what brings you joy? What makes you sad? This is your time to really understand yourself, because when you get married, and if you don't know who you are, I hope you don't get married and not know who you are, because you're just going to lose yourself in that marriage. You're going to be looking to your spouse to validate you every day. You're going to be looking to your spouse to make you feel happy. That's your responsibility. During this divine separation, it's your responsibility to learn all about you, to learn how to keep your cup filled, okay, to learn how to meet your own affection need or your respect need if you're a man. This is your time to grow in identity, okay? So make sure we are growing in identity. And then number 8, change clothes. Now, I know a lot of you have heard God tell you during this stance to change clothes or buy new clothes. Maybe that's how he said it. Buy new clothes. Now, I'm gonna tell you what God is saying when you hear God say buy new clothes. For some of you, yes, he might be saying go out there and buy some new clothes, right? But when you look up clothes in the concordance of the Bible, one of the meaning is mantle, and mantle speaks to your position. You can find this in Ruth. I think it's Ruth chapter 3, when Naomi told Ruth, put on her best clothes. Okay, she was getting Ruth. Wait one second. When Naomi was telling Ruth to put on her best clothes to go, like when she go back to have this interaction with Boaz, she was really positioning Ruth. She was guiding her on how to become the wife. Okay. So when you begin to hear God speak to you and tell you buy new clothes, yes, he might be literally saying go back to new clothes, but also no, clothes also means mantle. And the mantle God could be speaking to you during this time is your position as a husband or a wife. So literally, God could be telling you it's time for you to take off that clothes of being a single mother and put on your clothes as a wife. This is like mindset change, okay? Take off the clothes of the past, always feeling rejected, okay? Feeling not good enough, okay? Never belonging, and step into, okay, these new clothes, okay? God already chose you. He got you a husband, right? He found you a spouse. He's like, step into it. This is a mindset shift, okay? Begin to show up, okay, as this new person. Step into your position. I was just talking to, one of the clients earlier today. Step into your position as wife or even as husband, okay? And you can step into it during divine separation. It's all about being, okay? Like be the God ordained wife, be the God ordained husband, okay? Um, but so during this time, learn your role as a husband or a wife. Learn it, okay? This also speaks to your capacity. Do you have the capacity to take on being a husband or a wife? Do you have the capacity? I really want y'all to ask yourself that. Do I have the capacity, to carry all of the responsibility as a husband or as a wife? If you don't have it, this is your time to build, like grow into that capacity, okay? Um, this is your time during divine separation to become an excellent wife. Okay, that's what Proverbs 31 talks about. an excellent wife who can find. When you become excellent, okay, because excellent starts with where you are right now, okay? Excellent doesn't start when you say I do and when you become, your spouse's husband or wife. No, or the wife. Excellence starts today. Do everything with excellence, okay? Do everything to the best of your ability, okay? And you just begin to improve on it every single day. Get 1% better every single day, okay? Another thing, during divine separation, you want to become a prudent wife, okay? Scriptures say a prudent wife, it comes from the Lord, okay? Now, a prudent wife speaks to a wife who is focused on the future. She's already planning ahead. She's already 5 years, into the year. She already know, like, okay, 5-year mark, this is where we're going to be at. This is where I'm living at. This is how much money I'm going to be making. She already there, okay? The definition for prudence say acting with or showing care and thought for the future. And let's talk about this, okay? Because some of the synonyms for prudent means wise and careful, okay? Now I seen y'all comment in the Facebook group, about these dating, talk about dating. I ain't gonna call you out. I ain't gonna call you out. But listen, this is your time, okay, to be a prudent wife. Synonym, like I said, for prudent is careful. You want to carefully, okay, make these decisions. If God has already revealed to you who your God ordained spouse is, it don't make any sense to even consider dating a counterfeit. That's not being careful. That's not being wise. Because why would you give your valuable time and attention to a counterfeit who's going to waste your time? How do I know a counterfeit is going to waste your time? Because they're not God ordained spouse. I know you have needs. I know, you got your needs need met, this and that, but this is your time to learn how to meet your own needs. Okay. And when we talk about being loyal to your spouse, your loyalty is to God. God is your husband right now. So your loyalty is to God. So if God tells you, be loyal, this is your time to practice that. Walk that out with the Lord. Don't allow what you see or don't see, in your prodigal to cause you to become disloyal to your first love, which is your Heavenly Father. Okay. So understand that Titus chapter 2, verse 5 is say to be self-controlled, pure, working at home, kind, and submissive to their own husband. So this is your time to walk that out now. Are you a self-controlled wife? Are you practice purity? Now, are you working at home? So are you taking care of the house, taking care of the children? Are you kind? I told y'all the other day I'm working on my mouth, okay? Because I know how I can talk at times. So I'm working on it. Are you submissive? Submission starts with you you submitting yourself to God, not your husband. Okay. So just to wrap all of this up, how do you handle uh divine separation and not think the person isn't interested? You handle it by understanding what God said is the final say so, and this is going to come around. It's ending in marriage. You just stay one with God. Okay. The thoughts that's telling you your spouse not interested, that's a limited belief. Go ahead and kick that thought out. Get to the bottom of why that thought is there, and begin to do the opposite. Begin to come up with find all the reasons why your spouse is interested in you. I don't entertain that thought my spouse isn't interested in me. I don't entertain that. I used to, but not anymore. I'm the obvious choice. I'm the God ordained spouse. I have the key. Like just the key. I'm like, I got the key. Why wouldn't he be interested? You know, I'm the missing piece to get him up that ladder, to skyrocket his business. Why wouldn't he be interested? I'm his piece. You see what I'm saying? So come up with all of these reasons why your spouse is interested in you. Don't be moved by what you see, because what you see today, what you have, what you remember, whatever happened in the past, all of that's changing. It's changing. Okay. So it's time to get in alignment with what God said. It's coming around. It's coming to pass. Okay. Allison said, I need to work on my mouth too. Listen. Okay. Woo. But it's coming around full circle. Okay. So with that, now y'all can ask the question. Go ahead and ask the questions. Let's see. You say I've been asking myself, am I really ready? Yeah. 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 That's good. Alicia said, I'm becoming more aware of my actions towards others. I still get triggered and I am working on it. Yeah, that's good. Just like how with my mouth, I say some stuff. I say stuff and I be like, here we go. We got to start over again. Let's see. I had trouble feeling feminine due to the lack of male attention, having no man pursue me, compliment me like I used to experience before God took me into this process has been difficult. So here's what you do, Chrissy. So um so you said you was having a hard time, getting into your femininity, because the man wasn't complimenting you. So you start complimenting yourself. You define what femininity means to you, okay? And you begin to, like, just you got to get your reps in every single day, okay? So going back to the compliment, you got to compliment yourself every single day. When God begin to send people your way who compliment you, who just say stuff like, oh, you're looking cute today. Because sometimes when we're not used to it, we can, we'll be like, oh, this little thing, we'll reject the compliment. Learn how to accept it, just relax in it, but figure out, what is femininity to me? What does that mean, for you? How does that look? And begin to practice it every single day. But see, here's the thing. You said, I think that would change the once my God ordained spouse starts pursuing me. Here's the thing. Most men want a feminine woman. Okay. So you have to know, like you got, this is what I'm getting at. You can't start. You don't want to start getting in your femininity when your God ordained spouse come back. Okay. Because if he's looking for a feminine woman and you're not feminine, right? You're more in the masculine when he come back, it may now cause y'all to be bumping heads, okay, having disagreement, and it could cause you to feel not good enough, or you could start picking up on this man don't like me, right? So start it now. Okay, so that by the time he come back, you already used to it, you already showing up with it, you already alluding, exhibiting that energy is already flowing from you. Okay. I had just put on my dresses. I just started back wearing dresses about 2 weeks ago because it's still kind of cold over here in Michigan. But I still been wearing my dress. I'm like, I'm gonna get back in my dresses even though it's still a little bit cold or whatever. Um, because I just been in jeans and pants all this time. mm. You said I feel very vulnerable because I've been so isolated for so long. It's time to come out of isolation. It's time to come out of isolation. You got to ask yourself, why am I isolated? How can I begin to put myself around more people? You know, you got to, figure out what do you need so that you can start giving yourself, the very thing you need. Femininity is from within. Yeah. Femininity is also, it go back to Genesis when um when God made the covenant with Adam to give him a suitable helper. Helping your king with their purpose is femininity. I know a lot of people don't look at it like that, but that's what it is. Mm. You said out of nowhere, I've been feeling mentally drained and tired from this journey. Yeah, you might need to just take a break. You might want to just go ahead and go on a 3 day, like your own vacation, and just pamper yourself. Just, relax, take your mind off everything. I was feeling that way earlier. As soon as I laid down, because I was about to take a nap, and then the school called this and that. But sometimes you just gotta pull away from everything and just relax. She said, "I'm the type of girl. Where it go? Oh, right here. I'm the type of girl who wears. I keep missing it. Oh, here it is. I'm the type of girl who wears a dress with runners to church." Yeah, that's why I told her to define femininity for herself, because we all have our own definitions of femininity. Being able to know how to receive is femininity. Oh, okay, Allison. Mhm. Yep. Karen said, "I like dressing my best at all times so that when I see my God ordained spouse, he will always see me looking my best, and it does bring out my confidence." It really does, okay? It really does. As soon as I start putting them dresses back on, I'm getting different responses. And even though I know I'm going to tell these people no, I'm like, hey, come on. I like the response I'm getting. Let's see. It says, "Thanks to Taquila, a combination of having to be masculine, raising three boys myself, plus having my exes reject me, plus lack of male attention lately due to this process has left me feeling undesirable." Yeah. So, and I understand it. I got two boys. I understand it. I know exactly what you're going through, how you're feeling. And so, again, like for you, ask yourself, what is my starting point? Okay. Your starting point could probably just be dealing with that rejection wound. So I'm gonna say this. During our God ordained marriage fast on day 3, even though we're gonna be dealing with the heart, like our heart towards our spouse, maybe for you, maybe one of the things you could take to the Lord during the fast, if you're gonna participate on day 3, is asking God to heal that rejection wound. Just take that out of your heart, and put his love in your heart. But you got to ask yourself, what is my starting point? Okay. Because what's not an option is you staying here and feeling this way. So now we got to figure out what's the starting point. What do I want to work on first? How can I get back to feeling desirable? See what I'm saying? And like I said, I got two boys. And I know exactly how you feel. And my starting point, because I started about 2, 3 years ago, my starting point at that time was because I wasn't getting my hair done on a consistent basis. So my starting point was, I'm gonna start getting my hair done every month. That was my goal. Once I did that for a whole year, I said, okay, now we're gonna keep your nails done. You see what I'm saying? And I just kept adding to it until it just became my everyday, routine or whatever, my self-care, self-maintenance routine. Will God deliver my God ordained spouse out of a secret society? Well, that's a curse. That's a curse. Um, if your spouse is involved in a secret society, he has brought a curse upon himself. Um, when God would give him the revelation, that what he is involved in isn't of God, and is cursing his life, he would get that revelation and begin to walk himself out of it. Um, so yeah, I just can't tell you when. Does God ordained spouse and chosen, are they the same? Yeah, yeah. Is the God ordained spouse fast at the end of the month? Yeah, it's no, it's let me get our God ordained marriage fast is May 24th, 25th, and 26th. So you want to go to that link right there. You want to go to godordainedmarriages.com/fast to sign up and join. Yes. Yeah. Desi says she definitely have to work on that. She know how to give, but don't know how to receive. Yeah. And that's why I'm all about getting your reps in. And so that can start when you just out, right? And people, I got this all white coat. And every time I wear it, everyone, they be like, oh, I love your coat, right? And so something as simple as that, just receive the compliment. Don't reject it. Don't dumb it down. Just say thank you. I had on I got this little colorful dress, and I had just threw it on early in the morning. I didn't even know that when I walked in the store, they were looking at me, the people, and this lady walked over to me. She was like, "You wearing that dress, girl? I love it." And I was like, "Thank you." Just receive it. Just get in the habit of receiving it. Even if they say, "I love your hair," thank you. You just gotta, get used to receiving the compliments. That's all. Tequila, there are a lot of divine replacement videos going around. Will these individuals be held accountable on judgment? I'll tell you this, because I asked God a couple of months ago. I asked God, I said, why are you allowing these people who call themselves prophets to sit up here and talk about a divine replacement and say you raising up another one when they know that's not the truth? And I kid you not, before I could even finish talking, I heard God. It was a small whisper. I heard him say, because when my marriages come together, everyone would know who was the liar and who is the real prophet. So I was like, oh, okay. So everyone would know when these God ordained marriages come together, you all would know who was lying and who, okay, is really, I should say, really with the Lord. They just probably got a lying spirit in them. I will start a new job soon, and I am preparing for studying a PhD. Meanwhile, my God ordained spouse is facing wrath and judgment at this time. It means my breakthrough is near. Are you talking about your marriage breakthrough? Um, and I don't know what is your definition of near. Just continue to go through the process. One of the things I don't want you all to be focused on. Try not to focus on the stages you're in. Okay. Try not to focus on, is it close? Am I getting close? Is it near? No, I want you all to really enjoy this process. This process is all about who you are becoming. Enjoy it. Okay. Learn all you can from it. It's going to come together. Your breakthrough is coming, but just enjoy it, because when you focus on, am I near, is the breakthrough near, or what stage I'm in, that's what's inviting in that anxiety. That's what's draining your energy. That's what's weighing you down. So when you shift your focus to, you know I'm just enjoying this process. I'm enjoying the woman I'm becoming. I'm enjoying what God is doing in my life. It's a different feeling. You're welcome. Oh, I didn't mean to make you tear up. I do. I really do understand Chrissy. Okay, like I really do. You know. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. It really does make you feel good. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Look, now I'm about to receive her compliment. She said you look pretty in the color you're wearing today, Taquila. Thank you. I received your compliment. Thank you, Chrissy. I'm laughing at you, handpicked. Oh, that's great. She said, me and the Holy Spirit has helped her to enjoy this journey. I'm happy to hear that. Okay, Jay said, I separated from my prodigal spouse. She tests me. Um, I was trying to figure out if it's two J's in our two client J's. I was trying to figure out if you was the first one. I separated from my prodigal spouse. She texted me if I was really done with her by her smiling at me. Oh, okay. She's still with her counterfeit. Once I gave her the silent treatment, now she's looking confused. Right. Yeah. Let her keep looking confused. Uh-huh. Cause yeah. It's exactly what you said. Yeah, she was trying to see if she still got that same effect on you. And when you gave her that silent treatment, she's like, am I losing my effect on him? Is it another woman? Yep. Oh, okay. Um, sorry about that. You said I'm a man. How did you fast when you're at work and not able to focus on God? Okay, how do you fast when you're at work and not able to focus on God? Well, fasting is going to require for you to focus on God. But if you're at work, what time of day do you go to work? I mean, it's simple. Fasting is a decision, right? So if you're at work because we're fasting between 6 and 3 p.m. So if you're at work during that time, you just not eating any food. You just drinking water the whole entire time you're at work. But maybe on your lunch break or your 15-20 minute break, either on your phone, if you got the Bible on your phone, you open up that Bible, just begin to read the word, or you can, go sit in your car and pray. You just get it in when you can. You see what I'm saying? Just get that time in with God when you can. And then when you get off of work, that don't see after 3 p.m. That don't mean okay, the fast is over and then you just go back to like watching TV, being on social media. No. If you getting off after 3, when you get home, then just continue to use that time to keep going deeper in the Lord. Okay. Oh, okay, beloved. She said I'm from Michigan. Okay. Oops, somebody's Um, okay, Tequila, the Bible does talk about sex and fornication. If you have sex outside marriage, that's considered adultery. What is the difference between marriage, sex, and fornication? Fornication is when you are single and you having sex. So you just fornicating. If you marry and you have sex with someone other than your spouse, you are now committing adultery. They both wrong. They both are a sin. Okay. Okay. You're welcome. If your prodigal says you're a good woman and you treat them how they never been treated, does that mean they see your value or no? Yeah. Yeah. He's not used to it. So your prodigal spouse, has told you you're a good woman, and you treat him how he never been treated. Yes, he see your value. However, he don't feel like he deserved that. Okay, he don't feel he's not used to it. If it's just like if a woman is used to being rejected all her life, and here come a man coming in just want to love on her, she gonna have her guard up. She gonna be like, this is too good to be true because she's not used to it. So this is what we're dealing with in prodigal. They're not used to true love. They're not used to dealing with a spouse who see the best in them, or speaking to the king or the queen in them. They're not used to this stuff. They don't even feel good enough for it. So they will back away from it. Okay. And this divine separation, while your prodigal is in divine separation, even though they with a counterfeit, this is, y'all don't know this, but this is what God is doing with the prodigals. God is helping them to like overcome their own insecurities. God is helping your prodigal to grow in self-worth, to grow in feeling deserving of this promise. You see what I'm saying? So this is why during this time we got to be patient and try not to, like get in our own way, because we can focus on the counterfeit and be like, well, he's still with the counterfeit. It shouldn't take this long. Well, you don't know all of what he's dealing with. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's a good example. Thank you for saying that, Amy. She said, like on Redeeming Love, Angel did not understand why Michael did not want to sleep with her. Right. Because Angel value was her, she got her value from being able to please a man in the bed. That was the only thing. That's how the man in her life conditioned her to think where her value came from. So, and that's the danger. See, I talk about this all the time because prodigals, I shouldn't even say prodigals, because women deal with this too. That's the danger. When you don't know your worth, right? When you're not clear on it, and when you place your worth in something that can be taken away from you, that's dangerous, you know. And going back to the redeeming love, she didn't know because Michael didn't want to sleep with her. He was like, I want to wait until we both feeling this. And she felt rejected. She felt like she was like, I just don't, I don't understand why I'm here. I don't understand why you married me if you don't want to sleep with me. She couldn't even understand it. And that's how, a lot of us go through that. Do you think most women just treat men bad or something? I was so amazed to hear that it was so many women that treated him bad. Yeah, if broken women, hurt women are the ones who's going to, treat the man bad or even hurt the man, it's a lot of brokenness in this world. Same thing with the man. If the man is broken, he's going to hurt that woman. And then we got the wicked women, who know exactly what they're doing, and they are really sent on assignment to destroy, okay, the prophet in that man, or destroy the calling or the purpose in that man. Mhm. Okay. So when you've been involved in a relationship with your God ordained spouse prior to finding out, I am his chosen, God will reverse it and bring it back the way that he sees fit, right? Yes. So if you was already in a relationship with your God ordained spouse, only for God to later confirm to you that this is the God ordained I chosen for you. And if y'all went into a divine separation, yes, God is going to bring y'all back together. See, when y'all first got in that relationship, you wasn't supposed to get in that relationship then. Okay. It wasn't time yet. That's why it ended in a divine separation. So now God is like, go through this process of during this divine separation, let me go ahead and rebuild both of you. Let me grow and develop and move both of you into a level of healing, and then I'm gonna bring y'all back together. Yeah. Let's see. My prodigal was so devalued, mistreated by women in the past that when he came across me, he would take it as an attack offense when I told him off and basically held him accountable. Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. Because that was something he was used to getting his way. And that, for a person who don't want to be held accountable, and when they are now met with accountability, they will, take offense to that. you know they're gonna push, like push back. Yeah, that's normal. I am intimidated and afraid. What are you intimidated by? You know what are you afraid of? Okay. He left almost a year ago. He seems confused. He does pay most of the bills. He would ask for a hug at times. Will say he loves me unexpectedly. I don't know what to think. He's confused. He's double-minded. He don't know what he wants. What you really dealing with here? Are you married or single? Are you a standard or a God ordained spouse? That's number one. But just like how you said, he seemed confused. Scripture said you would know them by their fruit. So he's confused. He's a great provider. He's paying most of the bills. Um, he has some love for you because, like how you said, he asked for a hug. Okay, you married. Okay. Yeah, you're dealing with a prodigal. You're dealing with a prodigal. Okay. So your husband, 20 years plus, yeah. So your husband needs to be rebuilt. Uh, he needs to be rebuilt. Matthew chapter 7. Matthew chapter 7, starting at verse 24 through 27. It talks about a house. If the house isn't built on a rock, that means it's built on a sand, and whatever comes up against it's going to come falling down. So this is a 20-year marriage. You are seeing what your husband is built on. So you see confusion. You see he should be paying all the bills. I mean, that's just my thought. Um, but you see confusion. You see other things that's manifesting too. So God has to come in now. When we talk about marriage restoration, God has to come in now and rebuild your husband. He probably lack an identity. He probably don't know who he is as a man, which means he don't know who he is as a husband, which also means I can't fully lead my wife. And if y'all have children, I can't lead my children because I don't know where I'm going. I don't know who I am. You see? So this is where God has to come in and reveal to your husband. And once he get these revelations about himself, he's going to show up better as a husband. I will also recommend for you, Dana, get the book Love and Respect over on Amazon. It's called Love and Respect. Read it. Begin to implement that with your husband. Mm-hmm. Yeah. See what I mean? Okay, look. Mm-mm. So Handpick said, my prodigal stated many times he has no interest in me. And let me just say this: whenever this for everybody, whenever your prodigal is saying out of their mouth, "I have no interest in you," if they saying "I don't like you," if they saying "I hate you," if they saying "I don't want you," whatever, if it's negative, don't continue to listen to that. It's breaking your self-esteem down. It's planting those seeds. That's why you keep thinking my prodigal spouse isn't interested in me. So don't continue to listen to that. So you said my prodigal stated many times he has no interest in me. Next thing you know, he is asking everybody at church if I either blocked him on social media or I left. Is that double-minded? Yeah, he double-minded and he's fronting. Because if he have no interest in you, then why is he asking everybody at church, if you blocked him on social media or if you left? He's very much interested in you. He probably don't understand you. He probably don't really understand, like, he probably got a fear of letting you know he is interested in you. Um, yeah. Yeah, God will bring the two of you together. That bringing together was a revealing, and then God will separate the two. Yep. Let's see. You're welcome, Dana. Mm-hmm. You said my God ordained spouse has never told me he isn't interested in me. He just ignored me. I think he feels unworthy. Yeah. He can't see his worth like God and I do. Yeah. I am praying that he see his worth. Yeah. Yeah, you say this is why I know. Yes, he is interested, but he is scared of love. He's scared of a whole lot of stuff. He's scared of failure. He's scared of laying his guard down with you because you might hurt him. He's scared of being vulnerable on that level. It's a lot. It's a lot of reasons, of what he could be, a lot of things of what he could be scared of. And so again, that's why prodigals run. They're running. And like, I don't know. We talked about this with Wayne, Doc and Queen Ministry. Um, I think it was last week. We was interviewing Wayne inside of our academy, but they are very much interested in you. It just like Wayne was saying in the academy, this is unfamiliar, um, this is all new to him, you know. He's not ready, you know. So he's running. He's running. But know that God is going to slow them down. God is going to stop them, and they're gonna have to face themselves. That's the only way, growth and development is going to come about. Prodigals have to face themselves. They got to grow. They have to mature. Get to that next level. So yeah, she said Wayne is cool. He is cool. Yeah. So just know, um, everyone just know your prodigal is very much interested. Don't believe what you see. Don't believe what's coming out their mouth. Some lady comment on one of my videos. I think it was yesterday, and she was like, trying to think. Oh, she was like, if a man don't, if she said you got to learn how to believe a man when he tell you he don't want you, and she was mocking fasting, and I blocked her, But the thing is, see, you're welcome, Wayne. The thing is, because you can't when we talk about a God ordained marriage, okay? You all of that worldly stuff, all of those myths, you know, when a man tell you he's not interested, you got to believe him. You don't know what's up under that. I'm not interested. You don't know. And then if God telling you the opposite, if God is telling you he loves you, right? Because God will tell you all that. If God is coming and telling you, oh, he very much, you know, love you, you know, he just had these fears, or he's dealing with this, right? Or, you know, this is in the way, right? You don't give in to this little worldly advice, you know, and just believe what's coming out this person's mouth. No, no. Mm-mm. You don't give in to that. So I had to block that person. I'm like, you go ahead. You know, if that's how you want to operate, you go ahead. But over here, we go deep. Okay. We look it up under that. I'm not interested, because your mouth, your words is saying one thing, but your actions, just like I think that was you handpicked. One of y'all was saying how your spouse is saying I'm not interested, but yet he's checking up on you, asking about you. Okay. Come on now. Mhm. I knew I heard somebody sleep. I'm like, somebody over here snoring. I believe the unknown calls that I'm receiving now are from the person I was communicating with before and is afraid to say anything. Is this one of the things that a God ordained spouse does? That's one of the things a prodigal might do. You know, God, it might be some God ordained spouses who can behave that way, but don't assume. Just let them unknown calls keep on going to voicemail until whoever that's calling unknown ready to make their number known. Okay. So Destiny said that's what's hard, because the world would tell you if a man wants you, he would show you. Right. And so we got to go back to the basis. What are we standing for? A God ordained marriage. God's ways is different than the world's way. Okay. So all of this worldly advice, we got relationship coaches, you know, giving worldly advice. You know, they say that stuff. You know, if it's taking him too long, something's wrong. That's a red flag. And it is. That's why God say divine separation. You see, see all of this language, God ordained spouse, divine separation, prodigal. This is foreign to the world. They ain't used to it. They don't understand the process, right? And so they quick to say, you know, he's not interested in you. You know, you wasting time. No, I can't approach a God ordained marriage based off of worldly advice. Okay, there's also some people who's giving the advice concerning God ordained, you know, like how to approach this God ordained spouse. There's people who's telling other people play hard to get or make your spouse jealous. So you mean to tell me the advice you're going to give a person who's standing for a God ordained marriage is to try to make their spouse jealous? Where does jealousy come from? The kingdom of darkness. You see the disconnect? You see the disconnect? So how can I partner with the kingdom of darkness and be expecting God to give me his marriage? It don't add up. It don't go together. That's why God say be loyal. That's why he say forgive your spouse. He's like, keep your heart clean so that you don't have to try to make your spouse jealous. You see what I'm saying? So we can't approach, you know, this God ordained love story based off the world and their advice. And if you really want to go there, ask the world, how is that working for you? It's not. We see broken marriages everywhere, divorce everywhere. It's not working for them. So I just block them when they come over here with that foolishness. I have lost faith with believing my kingdom spouse is coming back. He has a child with the counterfeit and engaged. I had some dreams and confirmation. So where was your faith at? Was your faith in God or was your faith in your spouse? That's number one. Number two, so what that he got a child? So what that he's engaged? Tear it up. Like I know a lot of y'all probably like, oh, Taquila, tear it up, okay? All right, like it don't matter, okay? Pray God's will is done, okay? Begin to say to that mountain, be removed and cast into the sea. The mountain is engagement. That mountain is that counterfeit. If you losing faith, you got to ask yourself, well, where did I first originally have my faith, at? Where was it at? If it was in God, okay, if I got my faith in God, I don't lose faith in God because faith is the word of God. So I'm taking the word of God with me. If I'm praying the word of God over this situation, I'm praying the word of God over my prodigal, I'm praying the word of God over this engagement, that word can't come back to me void. It must go out and accomplish, okay, the very reason why I sent it out. So I don't lose faith in God. I don't lose that word. And I don't even allow myself to be moved by what I see this prodigal doing. Okay? So it doesn't matter that your prodigal has a child with this counterfeit. Look at Ishmael. God told Abraham, go ahead and listen to everything Sarah telling you. When you read Genesis, God didn't even refer to Ishmael as Abraham's son. He was like the boy. So, you can't be moved by that. Yeah. Okay, my God ordained spouse has confessed his feelings and told me there isn't a day that goes by that he doesn't think about me. He's still with the counterfeit. Is that double mindedness or is he just being a cheater? Okay, number one, because this is what I was about to say. Number one, why are you talking to him and he's with a counterfeit? That's number one. Okay, it goes back to accountability. Okay, um, if y'all just ran into one another out on the street, okay, that's different. But if he's in a counterfeit relationship, this is just how I go about things. I'm not giving no prodigal my ear, my time, or attention if I know he's still in this counterfeit relationship. Because the minute I lend my ear, the minute I'm communicating to this prodigal, he could continue in that counterfeit relationship. I'm gonna continue to stay here, and accept all of that. Okay, so that's number one. Um, and then he's confessing his feelings and telling you it's not a day that goes by that he doesn't think about you. See, I see. Mm-mm. I'm just giving y'all me. I would have said to him, really? So you thinking about me while you with this counterfeit? What are you thinking about? I would challenge him on that. What are you thinking about? How long you gonna continue to think about me while you with this counterfeit? If you thinking about me so much while you with this counterfeit, why you still with the counterfeit? See, I'm not gonna just sit there and let him say that to me. Call me back when you done with all of this thinking about me and you ready to come this way, okay, to your favorite. I mean, like really, you got to go there with him. So it could lead to cheating. That could be some emotional cheating he's trying to do. I don't like to entertain prodigals when they with counterfeits, and I don't like to listen to that because that's how a man can keep you stuck. You know, that's how he can keep you. Like it's like massaging your ears and stuff. I think about you every day. I don't want to hear that. And you with this counterfeit. You tell me that when you end that counterfeit relationship, and then I might think it's true. I'm telling y'all can't be easy with them. Can be soft with them. Handpick, I don't know about the waxing. I don't know, I don't know. I never really looked that up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, I don't entertain that. I just don't have patience, for that stuff. Crown said my spouse did that, calling my family to see if I was okay when I would not return his call, but yet you don't know if you want to be with me. I wasn't going to continue to do couple things with him. Exactly. Yeah. And he, let me see, you said, and he not make a solid commitment and continue to, yeah. As long as the prodigal has a counterfeit, you will not get my attention. Period. Because it goes back to your standards. If I'm holding you accountable, okay, if it's coming out of the prodigal's mouth, they miss you, they want to be with you, they saying all the stuff we want to hear. However, you still with this counterfeit. I'm not about to, no. I'm not even gonna listen to that, okay? I'm gonna hold you accountable to your own words. You thinking about me? Okay. I'm gonna hold you accountable to that, to your own thoughts. Keep on thinking about me while I go all the way over there, okay? You're not gonna get me on this phone. I'm not gonna be in your presence. I'm not gonna be popping up where you at. No. If I'm bombarding your mind that much, get rid of that, and then you come on over here and put this ring on it. You see what I'm saying? Because the minute you come down and entertain them or talk to them, in their mind, they like, I can continue to do this to her. I have no reason to end this counterfeit relationship. They're gonna continue to wallow in it. Don't send that message to them. Mm-hmm. Beloved said, I told my God ordained spouse that I might give up on him and what he's doing, but I won't give up on God. Listen, okay? I'm not answering any dream question. Okay. You said, I'm not talking to him. I asked him to stop calling. I won't see him either. I don't even want to be bothered, to be honest. Okay, yeah. Yeah, he need to prove, okay, that you're just all up in his thoughts like that. He need to prove it with his action. If he call again and you answer, just tell him, I believe in when I see it, okay? All of this, you telling me how much you thinking about me, I believe in when I see it, okay? Because it's hard for me to believe you thinking about me and I'm all in your mind like this and you with a whole nother woman. I would literally go there and say that to him, just so he know I can't keep saying that to her. He might have to think of something new. He might have to think of another strategy. Oh, okay. All right, Proverbs girl. Yeah, but I don't got time for that. I just don't. It's like my patience just go out the door for prodigals when they show up this way. I just don't have time for it. Mm-mm, mm-mm. No, I don't got. I don't give no one permission to stream me alone, waste my time. No, if you're not ready, okay, go over there. I ain't gonna bother you. Go over there. You know, but just know life continue going on over here. You see what I'm saying? That's why I was saying at the beginning, try to enjoy this process because as you are enjoying this process, or let me reply, as you are enjoying this process, you're not focused on, like when they're coming back. I don't care. I'm over here living my best life. Okay. When God gets you together, you'll be here. Until the end, I'm living my best life. I'm accomplishing goals, I'm becoming a woman God created me to be, etc., etc. Thank you, Carmen. You said, I learned to let God be my focus. When I think about Him, I immediately focus my thoughts on myself and God. It's challenging sometimes, but it makes me feel good to focus on me, myself, and I. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, it's okay to think about your spouse, but just leave it right there. Like when they come up in your mind, you can think about them, but always remember what you deserve. And what you don't deserve is a prodigal playing mind games with you. What you don't deserve is a prodigal saying all this stuff he know you want to hear, but yeah, he go run back to a counterfeit. You don't deserve that. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, that's right, Chrissy. She said we want to advocate this time of preparation in solitude back, so we may as well enjoy it. Yeah, and that was the revelation I got in the beginning. Because once y'all, for some of y'all, once y'all come together in this marriage, God is going to like launch you into like purpose, okay? And you're going to be busy. You're gonna be busy, and that's not going to be the time for you to try to get ready. You're gonna be wishing like, oh my God, I wish I would have prepared better during that separation time. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, just try to take advantage of this time and just pray. Just ask God, help me to get prepared. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Just so when I think about him, I'm led to pray for him. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So all right, I'm about to go ahead and we're gonna bring this live to an end. I've been on here for 2 hours. You all have a great night. Just remember, like how I said at the beginning, your prodigal is very interested in you. The counterfeits know they are interested in you. The enemy know your prodigal is interested in you, right? It's just a matter of you coming into agreement with knowing your prodigal is interested in you. They're just not ready yet, to step into this God ordained marriage. Okay. Um, that's right. I like that, Deanna. She said when he say things like that, I always ask him, how would his girlfriend feel if she heard that or knew he was calling? He never has an answer. The old me would have cussed him out. Right. Exactly. Because he know what he's doing. He know exactly what he's doing. Um, but yeah, yep. So everyone have a wonderful night or evening or morning, whatever time it is for you. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay. What's your question, Carrie? She gonna slide in there. What's your question? You know I was about to get off of here. Come on, type your question in. Then your Karen, her question will be the last one. Oh wow, we praying for your father. Hand pick. Praying for your father. What's your question, Karen? Yeah. So again, um, while we wait on Karen to post her question, don't forget, our dream interpretation class is this month, Wednesday, May 31st. I don't know why I keep wanting to say March. May 31st, okay? The end of this month, okay? Okay, here's her question. Karen wants to know, when will God reveal to my God ordained spouse that I am to be his wife as he showed me in a dream? I can't tell you when. I have no dates. I just know God will give him that revelation, okay? He probably already got it. He just haven't, revealed it to you yet. But I can't specifically say at this mark or at this time. God has his own way of how he goes about revealing to the God ordained, prodigal husband, that you are their wife. And I'm gonna just say this because, like how I say all the time, sometimes they already know you are their wife. However, the enemy can creep in and send a counterfeit in there that now causes, because when the wicked counterfeit is sending love spells, okay, putting a love spell on the prodigal man, that could cause that prodigal man to now become confused, to now see you as all wrong and see the counterfeit as the right one. So just know God could have revealed to him who you are, but the enemy probably is operating somewhere in your love story that's bringing confusion. Okay, so you just got to wait for God to come in, clear the confusion, bring more clarity, correction, and revelation to the situation. Okay. When is my next live? I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I just go live. When God give me a message, I just go live. I don't know. Um, okay, so you said I bought the book. I am reading now. Okay, great. Cool. Yeah. Just know God is going to reveal it to your spouse. And I'm gonna tell you this, Karen. Get this off. Go to read the book of Matthew, chapter 1. Specifically, read the story of Joseph and Mary when Joseph was considering divorcing Mary because she had got pregnant by Holy Spirit, but he didn't know that. And look at how the angel encountered him. So the angel of the Lord showed up in Joseph's dream, brought correction. The angel revealed to Joseph how Mary got pregnant, what to name the baby. He revealed the vision, the purpose. See? And when Joseph woke up, he did exactly what the Lord was saying, Mary, Mary, and give the baby name Jesus. Okay. So just know God would do it. All right. Okay. Let me get out of here because y'all know I can answer these questions all day long. But everyone have a great night, and I will talk to you all real soon. Take care.